In this video, we will be factoring this polynomial. Now, in the past, anytime we had four terms, the first thing we would try is grouping. However, that will not work here because if I take the common factor of the first two terms, that's going to be 2x squared, and that would leave behind x minus 2. But then when I look at the second pair of terms, there is no common factor at all, other than taking out a negative 1, which would leave behind 23x plus 35. But these are not the same, so grouping would not work. So we need a more advanced strategy in order to factor this. Let's use our TI-30XS multiview in order to find one root of this polynomial, 1, 0. So I'm hitting the table button, and now I'm going to type this in. So I've got 2x to the third power, and then minus 4x squared minus 23x minus 35. Okay, I like to start at negative 10 because it rarely goes past that. Okay, now I'm looking at the y side, looking for 0 to show up as I scroll down. Looking for 0. Getting closer, getting further. Oh, there we go. 0. That tells me that 5 is one of the zeros or roots of this polynomial. We can use that to find the rest. So I will take that number 5 and I will do synthetic division. So I will put 5 in the box, and then I will write the coefficients here. So I have 2, negative 4, negative 23, and negative 35. Alright, now I begin the synthetic division. So I will bring down the first term. 2 times 5 is 10. Together that makes 6. 6 times 5 is 30. That makes 7. 7 times 5 is 35. And that makes 0. Alright, when you pull a 0 off your calculator, you should always get 0 here. Otherwise you made a mistake and you might as well go back and find it. Now, putting my variables back in, this must be the constant. This is the x term. This is the x squared term. So I have 2x squared plus 6x plus 7. Now this root of 5 would come from a factor of x minus 5. So far we have factored the polynomial down to this. Now I could sort of cheat and look at the possible answers and see that none of these have the trinomial factored further. So that means I could find my answer right now, which is option D. X minus 5 times 2x squared plus 6x plus 7. Now, if I didn't have these multiple choices showing me that they don't factor any further, then I would have tried to factor this more. But apparently this is unfactorable. But I would have tried by going 2x and x and maybe 7 and 1, and I would have played around with it. But you would find out that it is unfactorable. For example, inner I have 7x, outer I have 2x. There's no way to get 6x out of that, and you would find the same problem no matter what you tried. So the answer is D.